What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. You might notice I'm standing now. I'm working on Maggie's in the office today, so we're gonna make it look a little better up there soon. But I do want to talk to you a little bit about a brand new feature. It's not a bug; it's a feature. Who out there would just love more censorship options, right? Yeah, I suspect none of you said yes to that, unless you're some kind of weirdo pro censorship leftoid that just watches my videos to hate them. Well, YouTube now has stolen a feature from Twitter that is already largely weaponized against creators, and now will allow viewers, in air quotes, which we know what that means. We know that means the only people who are going to have access to this are going to be leftists, but we're going to talk about that, to add additional context to your videos. Now, as a creator who puts his videos everywhere, including, the place with this beautiful sign where I hope that you'll tune in at 5:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday. I'll be live tonight with Melanie Mack talking about Star Wars, talking about Call of Duty's Rumpgate, and so many more things. So I hope you'll download the app and follow me there. But I make my content available everywhere. It's everywhere. The only place I don't directly upload to is X right now, and there's no real reason other than I just don't have time. I have to upload to, 5 other different platforms. Eventually, I'll get around to that. That said, I don't exactly want my haters to be able to put, comments on my videos. They can make their own videos. This is wild. As a creator, this is infuriating. Before I rage more, let me show you what it is. YouTube is copying Community Notes feature from X, and it will function similarly to how it works on X. Well, let me tell you how it works on X, okay? If you put out a tweet, a bunch of weirdos can fight in the comments to put a tag on, like an additional context on your tweet. I'm not going to pretend like it hasn't been helpful in certain aspects, because it has. There's a lot of times I see a video and there's a community note on it saying like, hey, this is an old video. This didn't happen recently. Or there's, community notes have been helpful, but I have also seen them absolutely weaponized against creators. Dom Lucree, by the way, who, again, I have no personal issues with Dom. He will often post things that are very obviously fake or false, but he also posts things that are true. And what happens is people who are in the Community Notes program constantly notate his tweets. And you might think, okay, well, if it's a lie, why is that a bad thing? I don't necessarily disagree with that, but they could simply reply to the tweet. But it is also used to demonetize that tweet. And that is exactly, in my opinion, how it's going to be used on YouTube. Right now, there's something going on with YouTube where 3 out of every 5 videos I upload are getting the yellow demonetization mark. I don't know why. I can't explain why, but it is. And this is going to be used to be weaponized against creators who want to talk about anything non-mainstream approved. Can I upload a video making fun of Star Wars? Sure. I uploaded a video earlier today, which you may or may not have seen. It's about the upcoming debate. It's yellow. I need to submit it for approval. Nothing that I said in that video was wrong. There's nothing inflammatory in that video. I don't even swear in my videos. You guys know that. But YouTube says, whoa, you're talking about a political issue? We need to double approve your video, and we're going to make you wait 12 hours before we do so. And this is how it gets used. It gets used against creators. Now, here's their spin. YouTube reveals Twitter-like Community Notes feature. Elon Musk X's Twitter feature called Community Notes was in March 2021, where users can add additional context to viral tweets, with many notes being used to alert users about false information. Again, in theory, this is a great issue, a great tool. But in practice, what happens is it gets completely weaponized against creators. It gets used against people who the left doesn't like. How does that happen? Well, I can tell you how that happens. They will go and the left, the authoritarian left, not your run-of-the-mill liberal who I would still love to hang out with and have a beer with and all this kind of stuff. It is the leftists, the authoritarians, they're the ones that flood into these programs. So I will tell people oftentimes, if you want to fight against this, you have to sign up and you have to give your time to do it too. Like as soon as YouTube opens this up, I'm going to sign into it. What I noticed after using Community Notes for a couple of months now, I can see what other people are putting, and it is very obviously co-opted by leftists. There is usually hundreds of like nitpicky community note reasons presented by leftists, and they don't always get enough votes to get approved, but it is overwhelmingly these people. And again, why do they do it? Because what YouTube and what X does, and I guarantee the way YouTube will do it, is if you get a note on your video, it's going to get demonetized. And so the left will use this tool against their political enemies almost exclusively. Like there may be something in this video that I get wrong, or that, you know, all you have to do is give them a tiny opportunity and they're going to use it to deboost your video, delist your video, get you strikes, get you demonetized, all of these things. Now, one person can write the note while others will vote on whether or not it's helpful or not, which determines whether or not it gets displayed underneath the post. On June 17, 2024, YouTube announced a, quote, experimental feature similar to Community Notes. By the way, this won't be an experiment. This will happen. Where users can add, quote, context to video, even if it's not their own video. See, I don't consent to that. You don't get to put your anecdotal, you know, it's my opinion. My videos are opinion. I don't often say things I say as absolute fact. Sometimes it is, but I don't consent to allowing a third party to add, quote unquote, context to my videos, because I know how that's going to look. You know, for example, this could be used on notes to clarify whether a song is meant to be parody, point out when a new version of a product is being reviewed is available, or let viewers know when older footage is being mistakenly portrayed as a current event. Well, let's look at the replies. Community Notes is actually a great feature. Next time a new Dragon Ball game in the Community Notes hits, surely this won't go terrible. You know, I mean, isn't there already a comment section for this? Yes, there is. YouTube doesn't need that. Just comment what context you need to add. Nobody's asking for this. Nobody. They took away dislikes, right? We don't have dislikes, but this is what we get. So they took dislikes away, but now they're going to allow the same community that would have mass disliked a video to, quote, add, quote, context, that this seems like it could have a few hiccups. So even the left, because what they're clearly saying is, oh, everyone downvoted this woke Star Wars trailer, and now they're going to be able to harass us with additional context. Like, oh, this is, you know, oh, the kids are having spice ice cream in Star Wars. Well, did you know that this, you know, this would be very unhealthy for them? It would be very bad. This whole thing is very bad. YouTube's overall setup for notes is almost the same as Twitter's community notes. One person writes down the initial context and others vote. Posts that are upvoted will be helpful and be displayed on the video. The company made it clear that they anticipate there will be, quote, mistakes in the notes, but said such mistakes are how they'll learn from the experiment. Again, I 100% believe that this will be weaponized against creators like myself and Tim Pool and others to mass poison the well on their videos. You know, it will be used to discredit people who do not follow the mainstream narrative. By the way, you know, have you downloaded the app yet? See, look at that. Download the app. Follow me on there. Follow your favorite creators on there. All the good things. Okay, because this is what's going to happen to YouTube. You know, this is what's going to happen. Continue to happen. Users quickly took to social media to share their thoughts on the new feature, and many are not excited about. Lamau, this can't be good. Another said, isn't there already a comment section? What's the point? Just read the comments below the video. They should instead be adding dislikes back and other removed features. This is just YouTube's latest update to the video platform. They began rolling out old school style layout back in April and rolled back a new way to deliver ads in June. that will break existing ad blockers. I mean, this is a time on YouTube when, you know, it has never been more difficult as a creator. You know, certainly it's an incredible opportunity for a lot of people, even me, right? Like I'm saying, hey, have you downloaded this app yet? Have you followed me there? All I ask my viewers is at least watch my live streams there, 5:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday. You can watch them live. You can watch them when we're on there on later. I have Sticks. I have Melanie Mac. I have guests. I've got Dave Smith coming up, I think, too, relatively soon. But like, this is bananas to me. Well, what is the point? You have a comment section. Well, the reason it doesn't make sense to normies, the reason normal people are like, why does this exist? Why is this a thing? Is because it's not for the thing that they're telling you it's for. It's for censorship. That's how it's going to be used. They're going to outsource this to companies like the ADL and Media Matters and more dark companies. Remember from the Twitter files how the government had all these like weird organizations at universities and this, that, and the other thing that were quote unquote fact checkers? That's what's going to happen. So any political topic you cover or anything that you question, maybe you have questions about the poke or anything else like that, you're going to get community noted by leftist shills. It's not going to be your own community doing it. That's exactly what this is. Embrace free speech. Embrace new tech, even a little at a time. Just a little. You know, start with the live streams. You know, many of your favorite content creators already live stream on these platforms. You know, you see TechRadar. YouTube launches preemptive strike against misinformation, but will new notes feature work? Yes, of course it will. It's going to work because they're going to flood it with leftists who are going to make sure the message is what gets through. Absolute garbage feature. I opt out completely from it. I don't want it on my videos, but I don't get a choice, which is why I'm glad that so many people watch my videos over on that other website. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.